Welcome to the Wellness and Weight Loss for Busy Teachers podcast, bringing you actionable tips to help you live your best life. I'm your host, Tracy Baird. If you care about nutrition and fitness and want to make progress in your unique wellness journey, you're in the right place. This season, we'll discuss strategies for summer success. Let's get started. Well, hello, my teacher friend, and welcome to our Summer Strategies series, where we are talking about wellness and weight loss strategies that you can try this summer. Today, I wanted to talk to you about something called preloading. Now, I Googled the word preloading, and I found out it has multiple meanings, including to drink a whole lot of alcohol at home before you go out to a restaurant or to a bar so that you can save money by spending less on drinks while you're out. And that is definitely not the meaning I'm talking about today. So what is the meaning I'm talking about today? Preloading. This is a strategy where we consume something which has no calories or is low calorie before a meal in anticipation of the meal in order to get our fullness cues all ready to go so that when we eat enough food that we are actually full, our body knows about it. Because in this culture, we frequently eat pretty quickly, and it takes our body's fullness cues about 20 minutes for the fullness cue to kick in. If we are eating a lot of food in under 20 minutes, we may not realize when we're full. And many of you, I'm assuming you're just like me, and sometimes just say it's Thanksgiving. You're out to a delicious meal. You're a guest in someone's home with decadent food. I have sometimes been eating, and when I stop, I feel fine. And then a little bit later, suddenly I'm feeling, I'm regretting it. I'm too full. And that is because I probably consumed way more food than I needed within a period of time before my fullness cue was ready to tell my body that my body was full and it had enough food. So preloading by eating something with no calories, eating or drinking, or with low calories, just say 20 to 30 minutes prior to starting a meal, sort of gets that fullness cue ready. And this can help with both weight loss and also the healthy habit of simply not eating too much. So I was a kid when I first heard of this strategy. I didn't realize at the time that it had a name, but in my neighborhood back in the early 80s, we played outside a lot. And one of the neighborhood friends would be called into the house before dinner, and she would come outside with a can of Diet Coke. Now, back then, we were all jealous. We all wanted, why can she have a Diet Coke? Why don't they provide us with Diet Cokes? Why don't our parents let us drink Diet Cokes before dinner? Well, it turned out that she eventually shared with us that she had gained a good bit of weight and her pediatrician was worried about it. And the pediatrician advised that she consume a full can of Diet Coke a half an hour before breakfast, a half an hour before lunch, and a half an hour before dinner. And that would sort of pre-fill her up. And this does make intuitive sense, doesn't it? It will fill her up so that when she starts eating her meals, she'll probably eat less food because her stomach is already full of Diet Coke. Now, I cannot recommend the Diet Coke strategy because I haven't been drinking much soda for the past 10 or more years, ever since I read some articles about sodas linked to obesity and weight gain, which is true for both sugary sodas as well as artificially sweetened 0-calorie sodas. So a good bit of time ago, I stepped away from the sodas. I do love them, though. So I don't recommend the Diet Coke preloading strategy, but I do recommend considering water preloading as well as macro preloading, which are two different versions of the same strategy. So what is water preloading? It's really just what it sounds like. Between 20 and 30 minutes before a meal, drinking water. 500 milliliters of water is about between 16 and 17 ounces, which is just what's in a normal sized water bottle that you would buy at the store. So for water preloading, you basically would drink about a water bottle sized amount of water. So a big old mug or cup of water. Hey, it's Tracy. I'm cutting in and interrupting myself because I really want to connect with you. You can find me on social media at Tracy Baird Wellness on Facebook and Instagram. Now, back to the show. And then you do that 20 to 30 minutes before starting your meal. And that has been linked to weight loss in the literature. So then macro preloading is another version of the same habit where you're eating something with no or low calories 20 or 30 minutes before a meal. So in this case, let's just say the good rule of thumb for a low calorie item would be under 100 calories. So good candidates for macro preloading is to eat some soup, some salad, or some veggies before you eat your meal. So with the soup, I would recommend something mostly vegetable based. It perhaps could have a veggie broth with vegetables in it. You can Google detox soup. You can Google veggie soup, and you'd want to avoid putting things in it that would take it over 100 calories for a serving. So avoiding some starchy vegetables, extra grains in there. So for this purpose, this would be mostly a veggie soup or pureed soup made out of veggies. And then the salad or the veggie snack before the meal, same kind of thing, keeping it under 100 calories. It should be easy except for the tricky part where we like to put dressings on salad and we like to dip veggie snacks into dressing. And by veggie snacks, I mean something simply like an actual carrot cut into carrot sticks or celery cut into celery sticks, something like that. Rounds of zucchini. You can think of all different things, radishes, all types of veggies could be useful here. And you could vary it up to keep yourself interested and engaged in this habit. So I love these habits. Both of them have been shown to help with weight loss and also not overeating. And I like it because it fits my general philosophy with wellness that is adding things, adding healthy habits is better than trying to eliminate or untangle bad habits. So I love that this is adding something, which is either water or soup, salad, or a veggie before your meal to help your body know and help activate those cues in your body that will help you know when your body is full. As I was reflecting on this, I was remembering the Diet Coke strategy back in the 80s. I remembered something else from the 80s, which was that my grandma was on a grapefruit diet. Now, the grapefruit diet was a fad diet that actually dates back to the 1930s, and this involved eating a half of a grapefruit before each meal as a strategy for losing weight. The proponents of the grapefruit diet said it would even melt your fat away. Now, looking back at it, I don't think grapefruit is going to melt your fat away, but grandma was onto something. I believe that the grapefruit diet, consuming half of a citrus fruit 20 or 30 minutes before your meal, was a form of preloading. And while I don't think grandma was going to lose 10 pounds in 10 days like this fad diet promised, I do think that by using this strategy, she probably knew when she was full earlier, and it really probably was a win. So I do recommend grapefruit among the things you could eat. Doesn't have to be a veggie. It could be a fruit, maybe an apple, could be a form of preloading. Something under 100 calories would be a great fit. So why is this good for summer? I polled some of my local teachers and I heard that summer has its pros and cons. For many of you, you have more time in the summer. You have more freedom, more time to experiment. So trying something new might be cool to do in the summer. In addition, with this strategy, especially with the water and the soup preloading, at home, if you are at home in the summer and not working another job, you will have more access to the bathroom. So while you're trying these strategies of drinking additional water or additional liquids like soups, great access to the bathroom would be beneficial. So to recap, this summer strategy, which can, of course, keep on going into the year, but these are just things you can try out this summer. It's called preloading. It's where you eat or drink something that is no or low calorie being under 100 calories, about 20 or 30 minutes before your meal. This will help your body know when it's actually full and has had enough food. You can use a strategy of drinking water. About a normal size water bottle is the right amount. Or you can try preloading with actual food called macro preloading. You could use soup, salad, a veggie, or even fruit. Just be careful about the dressings and the sauces and make sure you're keeping it under that 100 calories. And, grandma might have been onto something with her grapefruit diet because grapefruit could be a way to do macro preloading. So here we are at the end of this episode. Thank you for being here with me. I'm here because I believe that you can change yourself, you can change your family, you can change the next generation, and you are worth it. Thank you for listening to the Wellness and Weight Loss for Busy Teachers podcast. For more from me, head over to my website and grab my latest free resource. You can find it at tracybairdwellness.com/free. That's FREE. If you want more podcasts, vote with your 5-star review wherever you listen. Your feedback really does make a difference. Now, make it a great day.